Okay, in this video, we're going to go through a brand new feature that was just released inside of GoHighLevel as of the time of this recording this morning, and it is the ability to search, purchase, and secure your own internal domains without relying on an external provider. Now, this is entirely up to you. This is not going to be for everybody. If you prefer to have be able to manage your domains outside of software, that is totally fine. That is not an issue. I think this is really going to benefit those that are really looking for that all-in-one solution to be able to have more more features in one place. There's something to be said. Obviously, there's the having your eggs in one basket, but in this case, we're going to look at what it entails to make sure that this is allowable and all the different features to make sure that you can actually do this. And we're actually going to do a live purchase right here. I'm going to buy a domain inside of my live software so that way we can see how it works. What I did find is HighLevel actually partnered with Cloudflare to be able to provide this solution. So your domains will be, they'll be hosted, they'll be safe and secure, just like it would be in Cloudflare. Or maybe you had another provider and you're thinking about switching, but we can do that all within our software now inside. And if you're brand new to the solution, I will have a couple of recommended links down below where you can actually sign up for free trials of the different plans. There's a couple of different plans, right? There's the startup plan, there's the unlimited plan, and then there's the SaaS Pro plan. They each have their own benefits, they each have their own caveats, but this process will work across all of them. The being able to turn it on does require agency level rights. That's the only thing. So if you are a sub account only, I recommend that you talk to your agency owner, agency admins to be able to enable this feature. So it has to be turned on there first before it works inside of a sub account. So I'm going to flip over. All right, we are in my demo agency account here, and to turn this on, let me move me out of the way. You're going to be at your agency level, okay? If you see like agency dashboard, you may or may not see SaaS configurator depending on which level you're on. That's totally fine. That does not impact this at all. So we're actually going to come down here to settings at the very bottom, and then we're going to go to company, and then we're going to scroll down to the very bottom right here and just turn on enable domain purchase. As you can see right here, domain is chargeable for every domain purchase, just like if you were to go to an outside registrar and buy a domain. It depends on, and it does depend, and we're gonna see this as we purchase our domain. The .coms, .orgs, .net, .site, all the different top level domain extensions are going to have different prices. All right, and that is just based on what the type of domain that you're securing. You can enable domain in SaaS configurator, and you can rebill. So for those of you that are SaaS Pro users, agencies, and you are doing SaaS configurators within the software, you do have the ability to rebill just like you would for email, SMS, WhatsApp, all those different services that you may be able to mark up or sell at cost. All right, you don't have to mark it up, but you can adjust the rebilling amount for your customers, and you can toggle that on or off depending on your situation, or you can do it globally. And I'll show you what that looks like. I'm not going to turn it on, but I'll show you what that looks like. So on enabling domain, based on the domain price, the amount will be debited from the agency wallet. If the location doesn't have a payment method set up, so if you have sub accounts that have not set up, that don't have their payments set up yet inside of their sub accounts, then it'll pull from the agency wallet. So what we're going to do is we're going to confirm this, and a lot of this is more for like the administrator, right? So this is going to be more so for the agency administrators. But right here we can do enable. We're going to turn that on, and so now it's going to refresh. It actually had to refresh the screen there, and it turned this on, and you cannot turn it off. You're not gonna be able to turn it off. And so it doesn't change anything. If you decide, yeah, I'm gonna turn it on, but then you decide, no, I don't want to use it, or maybe you have a sub account that doesn't even want it. Okay, maybe they decide, nope, I do not want domain purchase enabled for accounts. So we're going to come back over here. We're still in the agency level, okay? And we're going to come over here to domain purchase. And right here, I have a snapshot right here and my demo account. And you can actually turn this feature on or off. When you come over here, you're going to see it's going to take you to learn more about this service. And as you can see, it does that. And right there, you can purchase a domain. And then, of course, you can rebill it for SaaS. And it shows you like the rebilling. So like for phone and email, it's the same process. And so what we're going to do, like domain purchase is enabled, just like it shows right there. And then what we'll do is we'll go back and we can turn this on or off. So let's say I don't want it for this. I don't want it for that. I want that off, but I want it on for this. Okay. You can enable, disable domain purchase for each sub account. And then of course, right here, if your account is in SaaS mode, all right, you would have to go into the sub account setting and convert it to SaaS mode if you wanted to enable or disable rebilling. Right now it's disabled, so it'll just do it at cost, right? So what's looking like here, domain purchase is a paid service charged at $10 per domain. Okay, so it sounds like that it's charging $10 per domain. That okay? That looks like that's what I'm reading here. That it's not just the domain itself. Okay. And so what we're gonna do is we're gonna go buy a domain, but we're gonna see what that looks like. Okay, so hang on a second. All right, we're inside my live sub account. Okay, I'm gonna move this out of the way, and right here, if you go into your settings inside of the sub account and then go down to domains, if that is enabled for your sub account, then you're gonna see purchase a domain right here. So if you purchase a domain, we're gonna click this right here, and then we're gonna be able to search, right? We're gonna be able to search. So let's do the digitaltechmagnet.com, and then we're going to search. And then, okay, so the digitaltechmagnet.com is available for $11.50, 48 cents for the first year. Okay, that's fine. Yeah, that is the digital. So like, here's like the .orgs, right? I mentioned this earlier. So depending on which, top level domain you're going to go with. So like .net's a little bit more. We're gonna come down here. As you can see, the .tech domain is a lot more. That is a premium. That is premium domain right there. .info, .us, .site. Okay, $30 a year. All right. So what we'll do is we'll just come down here and we'll hit buy, and your wallet will automatically be charged when you click buy. So okay, so it's going to charge for that domain, and then I'm going to say buy. Okay, so it took a minute for it to go through, but it's literally going through. So it's got my connected domains right there, and it is literally setting up. Huh. Okay. So it is literally set up to me. It says it might take up to 5 minutes depending on server traffic. Sit tight, and we'll let you know as soon as everything's ready. Okay. So we do that. I'm wondering if I go through. I probably have to. Let me refresh. I'm just gonna refresh real quick. All right, I had some weird hiccup there, but I did get an email that let me know that my domain was registered and configured. So give me the domain name, give me the registration date, and it shows the benefits. So easy setup across multiple products, manage DNS records in a single click from within the platform, and 99.99% server uptime. So I did get an email from my, because I have the agency email services sent me an email letting me know, hey, your account has been set up. So if you wanted to add certain records, you're going to have to add records manually. So let's go ahead and connect this domain and connect your domain, subdomain with funnels, website stores, and blogs. This process will add required DNS records. And so this is the process that will automatically add them for you. So it has your domain right here, the one we just bought. And I'm going to say continue and connect the digital tag magnet. I don't want to add www right now. So right now it's going to go through the similar process. If you were adding, you go through the normal add domain process if you have done that already. And so I'm not going to do that one. I'm just going to hit continue, and it's literally going to go through the same process of retrieving the records, finding everything, finalize the setup. Domain's already authorized, and it's going to show you. You can right here see what records will be added. So it's going to add that record right there, and then add records. And then it's going to go through, and since it's already authorized inside of the software, it doesn't need external authorization. If it was like an external Cloudflare account or GoDaddy or another provider, it doesn't need that. It's already authorized since we bought it from within. So what we're going to do is we're going to add the records here, and then all right, it's done. So it's been added, and it's already added the necessary record for digitaltechmagnet.com. And then we can link it to a funnel, website, store, or blog. And so if I wanted to link it to, I think I have a demo funnel. Do I have a demo? I have a demo funnel. Okay, I have a demo funnel right here. So it's a test order form. It was just a simple test that I had done. And then of course you can set the default page. I only have one page here. And then of course if I want to set it for a 404, so where's my demo here? I'm just gonna make it all the same. I'm just gonna make it all the same. All right, because I have multiple sites order forms in here for my production account. So what we'll do is we'll just do that, and then say proceed to finish. All right, so it added that record manually for that. So now if we go back to sites and then we go to that funnel, we go to that demo funnel, and we'll see that the test order form, it already associated that domain with this funnel. And if we bring this open, we'll see right here that the test order form came up, and that is my domain. That is fine. Now for things like email services, okay, so what I'll do is I'll come into email services, and I'll do the same thing for a dedicated domain. So I already have a reply dot this right here. I already have one of these, but let's just pretend that this isn't here, okay? And you're setting this up new. So what I'll do is I'll add my domain. I'll click right here, and then I'll do reply mail. I just do reply.thedigitaltechmagnet.com. So just like you would set up dedicated email domains originally. So what we're going to do is we're going to create this one. I'm going to say add and verify, and then it's going to search, because that is a subdomain. We're going to do that. I'm going to hit continue. So it's going to search for thedigitaltechmagnet.com, and then it's going to find the provider, and it's going to retrieve and set up the necessary DNS records. So we're going to go through and see, since thedigitaltechmagnet.com was already authorized, we're just going to add records. So this will work for adding subdomains. So like it's going to go through here, and same process, right? It's going to go through. It's going to go through and create all these records. So we're going to verify the domain, and it may take some time. So just like how we usually had to set this up, so it's going to go through the process, and see it's already creating the records, and then we're going to go back, and we're just going to check this again, make sure when it's all said and done. All right, well, that's interesting. So with the domain bought inside of HighLevel, it actually, because this record right here, well, that's interesting. So this one right here, this DMARC record, was marked as an optional record. Okay, it's optional but recommended. I made it mandatory. I always make it mandatory to make sure I add that record. But as you can see right here, it added this record. So that is done. Okay. So now it's got to verify to make sure that SSL, we got to make sure that SSL is good. And so once that's done, see right there. So again, dedicated sending domains right then and there. You can do it all within your sub account. So maybe you wanted to run a sub account that is just a domain provider. Okay, I could see that being a great opportunity if you wanted to just offer domain services, like you wanted to be your own. I'm just envisioning that right now, to be your own domain registrar, right? For clients that use the software. I'm just thinking off the top of my head, but yeah, you could create all the necessary DNS records, everything like that. So like if I go back to my domains and I go here, configure, it has all of my records created. And let's say I wanted to use this for like my Google Workspace. Okay, I have an email alias for the Digital Tech Magnet. I could come in here, I go to add record, and I'm going to add MX record, and I'm just going to do that and be like smtp.google.com, and I'm going to say priority 1, and then I'm going to set TTO for 1 minute, and then save. Oh, we got to do at. Okay. We have to have, just like Cloudflare. It's exactly like that is the same syntax that Cloudflare uses, and we just got to do that, and we're just going to hit save. And so, yeah, it created that MX record for that. This is exactly like Cloudflare. Okay. And as you can see right here, it shows my purchase date for the domain. It shows me when it expires. So it is good for 1 year. So the domain duration is a year-to-year basis, and it renews on August 18th. So that way it doesn't. So August 18th is going to renew for like, it looks like a month and a half grace period. So it gives you a window of time. So that way there's no like delays and your domain doesn't expire. And so it created all of the it created the necessary records, and we saw in our test that it associated with that funnel. And then I can go through if I want, if I needed to create other records. There are limits on the type of records you can create. So if you're creating manual records, so like if we come down here, you can create A records, CNAME, AAAA records, TXT records, and MX records. That's it. If you're looking for any type of advanced DNS record configuration for your domain, this is probably not for you. So if you need like other types like service records or anything like that, this will not work for that. Okay. But this is like day one or day zero. We're at like day zero of this feature being enabled. But I can see how this would be very useful, and the fact that it separates it separates your purchase domains from any other domain. And so like right here, you can see this is a connected domain, and it doesn't show the email subdomain. But what we can do is yeah, I'm thinking if we go through, let's see, we're in domains right now, and we can actually connect a domain. So let's just say you have a subdomain. All right, maybe you wanted to do a website, okay? And you didn't want to use this thedigitaltechmagnet.com. Maybe you wanted another domain. So we'll run another test. Okay, so I'm actually going to go to connect a domain right here. I'm going to see how this works. So that I'm going to say agency the digital. Wow. Okay, so it automatically knows that it automatically filled that in. That is interesting. So yeah, your subdomain. So if you want to create your subdomains, you don't have to go through and purchase an additional domain. It'll do it all right here. It's just a different step, right? It's just a little bit different, but still very similar. It's just the view is slightly different. So I'm just going to go and create this, and then I'm just going to go through and say continue, and then we'll see how quick this goes. All right, it's retrieving the records, final step, because it's already authorized, because again, the domain I bought, and then I'm just gonna say add record. And then once it's done, it will associate, it'll ask me to associate with a funnel or website, which I probably won't do because I just wanted to see how this worked from a demo. And then we'll come back, and once it's done, we'll be good to go. So we're back here. If I do, or let's just say I don't want to do it at all. Okay, let's just say I don't do it at all. I'm gonna say proceed to finish. All right, so it didn't link it to anything, but it added my connected domain down here. So if I go to edit this, yeah, it didn't link it to anything. Okay, so if you don't want to link it to anything yet, or maybe you haven't built something, you're building something yet and you haven't linked it, I just leave that blank. Just proceed to finish, and then it's going to add that. So right here we have the main domain that we bought that is connected up here, and then I created a subdomain. So that is exciting, guys. Exciting new feature. I know we're gonna have some early adopters, and I'm glad we went through this so we can actually see how the process worked, because I wanted to actually go through it with you guys live here in this training to show you guys how it all works and what is all entailed. This is gonna be great. I think this is gonna be a great thing for business owners to speed up and accelerate the process. And since it's a sub account, there's not going to be any DNS records to modify. It's going to be only the root domain. So unless the domain you bought, like you actually bought a domain that is a root domain and not just a subdomain, right? So what we have here is we got all the records added. As you can see, it added a CNAME. So it added a CNAME for the subdomain, right? And then of course, here's the this is a CNAME for the mail connector for the dedicated email sending domain right there. We got that, so that way I can add this to my Google Workspace. We got the DMARC records, we got the SPF records, we have every required record, right? All the necessary records are all here. It's just all managed within this singular pane of glass. But yeah, if you guys are interested in checking out this my software here, or variation if you want to do it on your own. You're totally capable of getting that set up on your own. Feel free to check out the links that I'll have down below. I'll be linked down below in the description. This right here, out of the box, like as is, works across any of the plans, right? So whether you're a startup plan that only has 3 sub accounts, or you're an unlimited plan that has multiple unlimited sub accounts, or you're an agency at that level, at that SaaS Pro plan, and you're managing like the full agency aspect with the professional software to do all the rebilling and things like that, or you can just leave it at cost. That is entirely up to you. So this is available across all of them. Yeah, that is how to set up this brand new feature. I think this is going to benefit a lot of people. I think it's gonna simplify a lot of the headaches that we have with incorrect DNS records being added, because I've seen that before. Especially if you have something that manually adds DNS records, and maybe you typo it and then something doesn't work, or you don't want to have another external solution outside of the software to manage. You want to bring another solution in house. So, but if you guys do have any questions, leave them in the comments. I'll be more than happy to answer them. There is a help doc that is associated with this. I'll link that as well inside of the I'll link I might link that inside of the description. But if you guys do have any questions, let me know. And I love to know if you guys are, if you find this valuable, if you find this worthwhile. Be sure to give me a thumbs up, and if you're not subscribed already, subscribe to the channel. I appreciate it. It's how you can help and support. I also have links if you are a business owner that is looking to have have an agency manage this for you. Be more happy to discuss that. I'll include those links down below as well for my service-based clients who maybe don't have domains and you want to have everything contained here. And then I'll manage it for you if that's something that would be of interest to you. Again, that is not a requirement. I put that out there because I know there are my type of my ideal clients are on YouTube for things like this. But and of course there's the clients that don't want, they're like, what, just do it for me. All right, we'll do it for you, no big deal. So thank you guys for checking out this training. This is a little bit of a longer one, but again, I wanted to cover this the new brand new feature from HighLevel that's getting a lot of buzz already. I mean, it was like that, it was that quick. And so I will see you guys in the next training. All right, take care.